the stages of English language development, moving from interlanguage to native-like grammar. As a paraprofessional, it is important for you to remember that second language development is a lengthy process that extends up to years. Second language develops in two main areas, social and academic. Social language is what we use in everyday conversations, which includes casual discussions to a teacher teaching in a classroom. Social language is more formally known as BICS, say it, BICS, like the lighter, or basic interpersonal communication skills. BICS usually takes 3 to 5 years to develop under optimal learning conditions. Positive learning environment, motivation, willingness to experiment, outgoing demeanor. Academic language is used for learning in the curriculum areas and is usually limited to writing and reading. Academic language is known as CALP. Say it, CALP, like scalp without the S, or cognitive academic language proficiency. Academic language requires 7 to 10 years to fully mature, and usually begins developing after the student has acquired BICS. In addition, you will want to support and encourage the use of first language in the classroom when students are learning their second language. Students that have maintained their first language and continued to develop their CALP are more academically successful in their second language than students who have forgotten their first language. Much of the English language learner's knowledge can transfer from their first language to their second language. For example, every language has nouns, adjectives, and verbs. A student that knows this information about his or her first language does not need to be retaught the same material. Instead, the student simply needs to be taught which words in English are nouns, adjectives, and verbs. Comparing the student's first language with English can provide a bridge to transfer knowledge from the learner's first language to his or her second language. The following diagram will describe the stages of second language development. Pre-production takes 6 months to achieve. During this stage of second language development, English language learners have minimal comprehension, draws and points and nods to say yes or no. This stage is known as the silent period because English learners know no language and instead listen and try to soak up the sounds of their new language. They also spend a long time assigning meaning to the sounds they hear. Early production takes 1 year to achieve. Students in this stage have limited comprehension. They should have developed vocabulary of about 1,000 words and can produce 1 or 2 word responses, use key words and familiar memorized phrases, and present tense verbs are dominant in utterances. Speech emergence takes 3 years to develop. At this point, students have good comprehension. There are a lot of grammar and pronunciation errors. Students have up to 3,000 words at their disposal and can speak in simple sentences. They might also ask simple questions, like, may I go to bathroom? English language learners will be able to initiate short conversations and follow simple stories read in class with pictorial supports. English language learners at this stage, intermediate fluency, which takes up to 5 years, have up to 6,000 words at their disposal and are using more complex sentences to express themselves. Because they know more words and are able to create complex sentences, they will be more confident in sharing their thoughts and opinions during the time of class discussions. English language learners at this stage are more inclined to ask questions in class to clarify directions and other subject matter. Students at this stage will have many errors present in their writing, and some will be translating assignments from native language. The last stage is advanced fluency. It takes up to 7 to 10 years to achieve. At this stage, language learners usually exit ESL programs and are no longer considered ELLs. Although at this stage students have acquired near native levels of speech, it takes up to 10 years to acquire CALP. In other words, this is when CALP begins to mature. Students at this stage will need continued academic support.